Yo, what is up, Crockxen clan members, Poke fans, and others who have stumbled upon this video? I'm SoresanCrockxen, and today we're doing an X and Y episode review. We're doing episode 35, 36, 36? I'm sure it's 36. Yeah, 36. There we go. Which is the Fletchling the Fletchling evolution episode. And I gotta say, I was very excited about this. It was a lot of fun. So basically, the gang reaches what is essentially the Grand Canyon. I'm gonna say that because the Carlos Canyon. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm just kidding. It might not be the Grand Canyon. It's a canyon essentially, basically. Which are always fun, I guess. Normally when they do, or at least series that I watched before, where there's like a canyon, it's gonna be like a gripe to get across and all that stuff. But they did, Pokemon doesn't do those type of things. And this is essentially introducing Sky Battles, which I kind of hope we see more of, because I wanna see more of it, and I want like other people. Maybe we can get Clement involved. Well, Clement doesn't really have a flying type. Hmm. Well, I mean, he only has no, because you count the DNA. Then dang it. I was gonna say we could watch Clement do one, but he already has technically 6 Pokemon, and none of them can participate. So maybe Ash can do another one. Hold on. I hate those cars because they're like those advertisement vehicles. They're so freaking loud. Um, and this is not an edited video, so it's like a one take type of thing. So I can't do that. But anyways, so essentially, Ash and the gang get there, right? And they see a sky battle in progress, which is I guess the teacher of the learning school or whatever, and then another guy, and so she had a Talonflame and she was battling Skarmory, and the Skarmory just got raped. Like it was ridiculous how bad that thing lost, and like I'm like questioning some things though because that Talonflame had what? Fire Blast, Brave Bird, Steel Wing, and then Peck. Really? Why the heck do you have Peck? You have all these other OP attacks, and then you have Peck. That's like a biggest downgrade of any. Like that is the move set of somebody who just threw a bunch of moves together, essentially. But she did manage to beat the Skarmory, and like I said, the Skarmory just got wrecked. And Ash and them were like, "Oh my gosh, it's so cool! Like I want to try it." And then I guess the owner of we didn't really know what the heck he was, but essentially he shows up and he's like, "Oh, you like what you see, or you guys new here and all this other stuff?" It's like, "Yeah, we want to try this." And they're like, "Oh, well, first you got to practice," and like takes them to like a center, which is I guess like a training area, to be able to, because not everybody could just put on a suit and then start flying. No, you need to practice. This is a very dangerous activity. Okay, you could die. You could die. So they have to make sure that you practice so that you have some kind of knowledge of what you're doing, so that you don't go crashing down into the bottom of the canyon and then die. So practice. Always make sure. So it's an indoor building, and I actually experienced something like this because I went. It was indoor skydiving. I haven't actually tried real skydiving yet, but I went with my mom, and it's essentially the same thing. You basically go inside this huge tube, which has like a fan at the bottom of it, and that's how you practice. You gotta go in there and you gotta kind of maneuver with the wind that's blowing up, so you can float up. So they go in and they all get their suits except for Bonnie, and she like Ash is like, oh, I like this one. And Serena picks one that's like, oh, this is just my size. And then Clement's like, oh, and this one looks perfect for me. And then Bonnie's like, so where's my suit? And then the guy is like, oh, I'm sorry, but you're a little too small for this activity. She's like, but I want to do it now. And then like they do do you guys know how in amusement parks when you're like a little kid and you can't go into the ride, they always have that little sign of like a character or something with like his hand like this, and you gotta reach the hand in order to get on the ride. And she's like, I'm gonna make it. And she's like, you gotta be this tall to do this because otherwise it's a little dangerous. She's like, I thought that was so funny because she's like really trying to get up there, but she can't because she's too small. And then so she's like upset, but like I really want to do it. This isn't fair, that type of thing. And then Serena's like, oh, I guess I can, sit back with you and watch it. And she's like, no, it's okay. You guys can go have fun. I got the Dene with me. It'll be my companion and all that stuff. And then Clement, being the good brother he is, sends out Chespin and all that stuff. And then Chespin's like, I got you, I'll be with you. And she's like, I got Chespin too, and all this other stuff. And it was just the most cutest thing in the world. And then they go into the tube. They actually all three of them go in at the same time, which I was like when I was doing that, it was one person and the instructor, and nobody else because it's a very confined space. So it's just kind of a little dangerous to have more than one person, or in this case, one beginner in one of those things because accidents happen. So the instructor is like, okay, so you got to do this, and he's like doing it all cool and stuff. And Ash's like, okay, I'm gonna do it first. And then he jumps in, he's like, oh my gosh, I'm doing it. And Serena's like, okay, I'm next. And then Clement's like last, but he's a little wonky with it. And he actually ends up falling down. And then Ash falls down. And then Serena's like, oh, I got this. You guys are pathetic. She just gently comes down. And I'm like, when the heck did she know how to do this? And I was like questioning this, and Pikachu and is outside with Bonnie and Chespin. They're all like, "Yay!" Bonnie's like a little upset though because she can't be doing that herself. And so they do it again. They're gonna do it again, and Ash is like, "Hey, can I have my Pokemon out here? Because you can't have a Sky Battle if you can't fly with your Pokemon." He's like, "Sure." And so he brings out Fletchling and Hawlucha, and they're all with the wind right there. Fletchling is like, "I'm in my zone right now." Hawlucha is a little weird because technically Hawlucha can't fly, even though he is a flying type. He can't really fly. Um, Mostly just glides around. So he knows what he's doing, but it's not like he's gonna be like Fletchling who could just stand still there and just take the wind and measure it with his wings and stuff. And then Ash is like, yeah, and then they're all doing it again. And then Clement smacks his face against the freaking glass, and they do that. They do that typical thing where when you clash into some a form of glass and you like slide down, there's like a trail of like slobber behind. They totally did that, and Bonnie's like, oh, well, that's my brother right there. And I thought, oh my gosh, that was so funny. And then the lady that was in the Sky Battle before shows up. She's like, hey, you want a battle? And that's when they introduce her, and she's like, she's like the instructor of this place and all this other stuff. And then, she's like, sure. And so Ash is like, he's going to use Fletchling. And then the chick brings out the Talonflame again. And then they're like, okay, we're going to battle. And then Talonflame, he's like, I ain't battling that thing. I'm too awesome to battle a scrawny little bird like that. I ain't doing that. And then he starts looking at Hawlucha, like, like that one right there. I'll deal with that one right there. And then the lady is like, oh well, he doesn't want to fight your Fletchling, but he'll take on your Hawlucha. And then Fletchling's like all upset and everything. It's like, ah! It was kind of like I don't know if you guys remember in Diamond and Pearl when Ash was going against the first gym leader and like he already had 4 Pokemon and Starly already evolved for some freaking reason. And he's like, I'm not using Staravia because it's a rock gym, and Staravia's like all crushed because he wasn't chosen. But basically, what happened was Fletcher was like, what? But I wanted the battle. What is this nonsense? And he's all upset and everything, like freaking out. Like, how dare you? Like he's like pissed off at Talonflame for dissing him like that. And then she was like, you know what? If Hawlucha, like, because Ash was like, but Fletcher really wants to battle. And he's like, you know what? If Hawlucha can beat Talonflame, then I'll battle your Fletchling. And he's like, oh my gosh. And Hawlucha's like, come on, Hawlucha, let's win this. And then so he's going to return Fletchling. And Bonnie's like, I got this. I'll take your Fletchling for you. And they do this whole moment which was the most beautiful and just the most adorable thing. Because Bonnie's like, because remember, she was denied the ability to practice flying, and then Fletchling just got turned down for a battle because they're both small. And so she's like having this talk with him about how, it's unfair how they treat smaller beings, and, you know, how they have potential, and how, there's only certain things that small, people and Pokemon can do because of their size. And it's basically she's giving him a pep talk, and she's like, "Don't worry, Ash is gonna win, and then you can and then you can show them what you're made of." And Fletch's like, "Cheer!" And so they're gonna do the Sky Battle, which I have a question: how the heck did Ash master flying? That dude just he wasn't even in that place for a whole day, like not even an hour. And all of a sudden he's already flying like a pro. I'm like, I mean, he wasn't constantly staying in midair because he kept landing. So, but what the heck? Like, how the heck did he just go from not knowing anything to just, oh, I can do this, and then I'm going to take a break, and then just go back to it again? That was the weirdest transition ever. But Hawlucha, he's like, it's Hawlucha versus Talonflame, and this is where the flying thing comes into hand, because Hawlucha, like I said, can't fly. So essentially, it's more along. He's doing what Ash is doing. He glides for a little bit, and then he has to land because he's not technically flying. He's just letting the wind hold him up, so he can't just keep on going. Unlike Talonflame, who can just fly all around. And that's actually where the disadvantage comes in, because Hawlucha can't land a damn move, but Talonflame is just, oh, I'm gonna hit you with flying or freaking Brave Bird and Fire Blast and Steel Wing and every single attack I have, and you're not gonna be able to touch me. And because of that, Hawlucha lost. Now, I'm gonna give this a pass because honestly, if this had happened, like if this had just been a regular battle and Hawlucha lost that badly, I would have been upset because they showed Hawlucha to be a very prominent Pokemon in the last episode. But this is a style of battle that's not really in his element. He can't fly. The dude honestly can't fly. So he was already at a disadvantage before the battle even started. So I'm going to give him a pass for now. But if Hawlucha loses the next match this badly, or if he, well, I mean, I would prefer it for it to win. But if he loses this terribly, I'm going to be upset that they gave him such an introduction, though, in its introduction in its capture episode. I really will. And now because of this, the chick was she was I mean, I honestly thought she was a bitch, but like she comes in, she's like, well, I guess I'm not battling your Fletchling. And Barney's like, please, I really need that favor. I need you to battle Fletchling because he really wants to battle and all this stuff. Like Bonnie's the one that convinces her. She's like, oh, okay. And then, well, it was kind of like Bonnie pushing it and Team Rocket messing around. Because Team Rocket kidnapped Talonflame. And by the way, Serena, don't get involved. I'm gonna be straight up right now. Serena, just stay out of the way. You ruined everything. Dude, they were all they were all flying, right, to get Talonflame. And then Serena comes from the back and she's like, hey, Benedict, why don't you ruin everything these guys are doing trying to rescue Talonflame? Because they're all on the net trying to get Talonflame out. She's like, why don't you flamethrower the balloon and ruin everybody? Because everybody had to back off because the balloon popped and it was flying away. Serena, just stop. Just go away. Honestly, you're just a nuisance now. Even Bonnie right now just is so much better than you that you are just a speck of dirt in her shoes. And I'm sorry about that. But anyways, so Fletchling ends up saving Talonflame, and after Bonnie pushed, the chick, they have a battle, and Fletchling is outmaneuvering Talonflame like a motherfucker. Talonflame can't even touch the thing right now. It is essentially the opposite of what happened in the last battle. Talonflame couldn't touch Fletchling, and Fletchling was hitting all his moves. But then, Talonflame came back because the chick got all pumped and angry, and then Fletchling evolved and just raped Talonflame with flame charge after flame charge after flame charge after flame charge. And he just sped up and then Talonflame was out. That's all that needs to be stated. But anyways, guys, this is going to be for the review. I'm running out low on time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Links to the always in the description down below. And I think I went over. Bye!